Hi everybody, my name is Oля and welcome to my channel. If you are here because you subscribed to me because of seeing some Russian learn Russian with Oleg videos, so don't be confused. There are too many things on my channel, and sometimes it's illogical maybe because first of all, we are immigrants in the USA, and I started making videos just about our general life. And then last year, I mean 2025, in October, I went to New York for my birthday, and I'm trying to put up upload all the videos from that time. And this very video is gonna be about New York. I might put some Russian words in it there, but I was not planning to do so. Though I can, why not, right? So this video is about how I stayed in New York and how to travel to New York within really limited budget. I spent $560 on my flight and housing for how many days? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's 4 days, and I stayed there Saturday, Sunday, 3 nights. Yes, because I arrived early in the morning on Friday, or something like 10 o'clock in the morning. Then I stayed all day, Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday I woke up. At 11 I left my hostel, and then at 2 or 3 there was my flight back to Charlotte. So, and for all of this I paid what did I pay? $560, right? I'm not including food. And actually in this video, so I'm gonna tell about where I stayed. So there will be a short review of the hostel where I stayed, pluses, minuses, how to choose the good hotel, maybe not hostel. I have never stayed in good hotels ever in my life. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel if there is something interesting for you. There's probably something interesting, you check it out. See you later. So it was my second time in New York. The first time was when we just arrived as a family of immigrants in the USA. We arrived from Istanbul. We were traveling from Azerbaijan, from Baku, yes, and to Istanbul, and then from Istanbul to Newark. Well, because we could not buy direct flight, because we were traveling actually from Minsk, Belarus, from Minsk to Baku to Istanbul, and then Newark, because this was the cheapest way of traveling. Yes, and we got it. And then we stayed for 10 days in New York because we needed to do all the things like waiting for our social security cards, making bank accounts, because when you're Russian you don't have money in the USA. I'm not joking, because I do have some money. I still have some money on my Russian account, but I cannot use them. So maybe you know some Russians and maybe they're rich people, but they have zero money in the USA. I mean, if they didn't have cash, we brought all our money in cash, but there are limits which you can take from Russia in dollars. So, okay, that's a different topic for discussion. The previous time I rented a room using Airbnb. We needed to sleep for 4 people for these 7, 8, 10 days, and I chose some place in Bronx. Bronx. That's how you learned about the USA. The first night we arrived, we realized that we don't need to speak English, we need to speak Spanish, because there are only Spanish-speaking people all around there. People said that it's not safe, but I don't know. After living in Omsk, there is nothing unsafe in the USA. All right, and that was our last time. This time I was going alone because nobody else from my family wanted to go, because they said we've been there. There's nothing else to see. That's it. No interest in seeing New York for the second time. All right, whatever. I'm not going to spoil my pleasure. You don't want to go? Yeah, I'm not going. I'm going on my own. And my purpose was to walk around the city center, Manhattan. And that is why I wanted to rent something in the center, so that I wouldn't need to spend much money on transportation. because I know that transportation is $5 for this underground for metro, and I wanted to try to make it to the limit. Okay, so what did I do? I rented a hostel. So I checked booking, I used the filter with the price, and I chose not the cheapest, I probably chose the second from the bottom, from the top, from cheapest places, and it was not bad. It wasn't bad. I liked it actually. So let's go see inside. That's the building from the outside, the typical street of New York. If you ever watched any movies, that's how you see imagine New York. All these concrete buildings with balconies. So that's exactly the building where I lived in. And the same view from outside. As soon as you enter the building, there will be stairs, and then you need to crawl up those stairs. Because when I was just there was a lady complaining like, how I can walk, blah blah blah, I cannot walk, I want to make a bad review, blah blah blah. Like, oh, all right, but I actually saw these stairs even on the first pictures from Google reviews, so whatever. Okay, you come in, I used my phone to check in, but still I needed to talk to the guy. There is a receptionist 24/7, somebody's there all the time. You need to provide them ID. Though I uploaded my ID online, still they wanted to check it. Security reasons probably. So. And then I asked him how to open the door to my room, because I couldn't figure out there is a locker with the digits you need to push, but still I didn't figure it out from the first time because. So let's make a review. First, what I saw in photographs on Booking, on the website, was those common rooms. Common rooms look really marvelous, right? You will never say that it's so cheap to stay there. It's not exactly cheap, but for New York it's kind of cheap. Still, looks too good to be truth. But these common roofs are really the same. So these photos are taken by me. That's not from them, from the website. That's my pictures, my videos. That's good time which you can spend there, see, talk to other people if you travel with them. If you don't travel to them, I did not see anybody willing to communicate. Everybody was wearing their headphones. People do not communicate nowadays. So, even one time I was going to have a coffee, I proceed to the kitchen, and there was a guy sitting at the table, and the table there is one table with 4 chairs around it, but as he noticed me, he just started and headed out, even though I didn't even wanted to see it because I was on my way out. I was going just to make coffee and go outside, and he left suddenly abruptly. So people are so psychotic nowadays. But I talked to one lady, but yeah, I was already on my way out, and she was just her first day in this hostel. All right, so there is a common place. It's every floor has similar rooms. I did not go. I went upstairs, but I didn't go to film around. But they probably have the same level. Probably I looked at them, the same nicely designed rooms. The thing is, I could have booked a room on the floor only for women, so all other rooms around would have been occupied by women, but I would have had to overpay a little bit, like $10 extra. I don't really remember. The price is higher for those rooms, and I did not do that, and I'm glad that I did not, because it was on the 3rd floor. So every time walking upstairs would have been my option. I stayed on the 1st floor. Then what is interesting about it, normally when we usually read about hostel, we imagine a big room with many double-decker beds, right? But this hostel is different, because it's the same big room, but they split it into little cells, yes, right, little tiny rooms. Now let's look into that room actually, because if you are a little hobbit like me, you will be perfectly comfortable in there. If you have any fear of closed spaces, that's not your choice. There are no windows in your room. In a common room, yes, in your room there will be nothing. They actually only saw one review from Google Maps. There is somebody who had the room with a window, but normally all other cells have no window. So if you look inside, there is only a bed. It's short. For my size, I am 1 meter 60 centimeters tall. Check it out on your feet measurement yourself. I'm done with that. I'm 1 meter 60 centimeters, and with my height I was okay in that bed. But if I were 1 meter 70 centimeters, a little bit taller, I would have just fit exactly there. So for me there was a little bit space on the top. But if I were a little bit taller, if you are a tall person, do not make this choice. It's not your place to stay, because you will really be stuck. And it's not that the bed, it's a bed and the room itself. So even the bed you cannot learn or lay down in diagonal way or something, because there is really no spot, no chair to put your legs on. There is only bed and a little shelf to put a phone, and there is a lamp. That's it. And the charger, so you can charge. I mean, not a charger, just the electrical socket. So have your charger with you. That's it. So quite Spartan way of resting. For me it was okay, because all I wanted to go and to do there in New York, to walk around New York. So all I did is I slept in my room, walked around, came back for in the middle of the day to charge my batteries, but my phone and my camera's batteries, and then I walked outside again till the end of the day, till nighttime, and then want to sleep again. That's all. For this purpose, it's perfectly fine. The kitchen, I didn't cook. I knew that there is no place to cook, but there is a microwave, there is coffee machine, and there is a fridge where you can leave your food. So I had my apples, bananas, which I bought, and then I just put these food, bananas, apples, pears. I had a bag of pears, and you have your name on them, a name tag with a date. It's usual thing in hostels where you date your food, and if you already left, people will see. Like, for example, I stayed till October the 6th, 7 October 6th. I still stayed till October 6th. So if there is somebody staying on October 7 and they see the date October 6th on food in the fridge, they will say, oh, okay, this person has left, and they can eat your food. That's why you really, especially if it's packed, because sometimes people buy extra and even don't have time to unpack it or start eating. And then the next people who will come and stay in this hostel, they will see that, oh yeah, there is food, the person has already left, they don't care, so they can use it. And yeah, and there was even special shelf for food which you want to share. Like, you already know that you are not going to eat it because so you can share the food on this shelf. It's nice, and I like this approach. Alright, so that was it. I hope you enjoyed this hostel. I'm not saying that I can recommend it or disrecommend. I was choosing the place to stay in the middle of Manhattan, in the center of Manhattan, and I did. The price is quite reasonable. Here in New York it's super duper expensive, but in comparison to other places in New York it's affordable. And enjoy the, I wanted to say New Year celebration, but it's already January. My Christmas tree is still on, because still there is New Year has passed, but there is still Old New Year coming in a couple of days, and then there will be Chinese New Year. Don't you celebrate Chinese New Year? So my Christmas tree is gonna stay till February. So thank you for subscribing, and see you later, guys. And yeah, and happy Old New Year. If you don't celebrate it, wait for the video. I will explain what it is. Bye-bye. Пока-пока. До свидания.